Two games of hoops on a Wednesday night. I was at one of them. I got to watch Boston tear us to pieces. The Timberwolves clinch the series. I wish I could say that about the Knicks. Let's get into it all. My name is Shlomo Stark,
My name is Leva Jacob.
and this is the Basketball Daily Recap in 15 minutes or less. Levy, what a night I had. What a night. It was a 4-hour drive to Boston, all hype, all pumped up. Brutal 4-hour drive back. Just bummed out. Can I talk about my experience of the game, or we should just have to talk about the game?
No, definitely. I think you should talk about your experience of the game. I think maybe
There,
do it
there,
quickly.
there were there were a lot of Knicks fans. A lot of people came, and no Celtic fan was talking before the game. They were all like bummed out. Like the Tatum injury, they're down 3-1. Knicks have all the momentum, and it was awesome. Like you just walk in, the Knicks, it felt like we were invading enemy territory.
Yeah.
It was the coolest thing ever. And like Knicks fans just every time we saw each other, like dap each other up, just like Knicks in five, Knicks in five, Knicks in five. And it's like just kept walking. And any Celtic fan, like I tried interviewing like Knicks fans, they would be like pumped. Celtic fans would like get a lot of language out of my face. Like none of that. It was pretty incredible. Uh then we get to the game. They are a loud bunch, the Celtic fans. Loud. It's hard to describe how loud they are. Like when Mitchell Robinson shoots a free throw, that place erupts. It happens to be Mitchell Robinson was 6 for 6 from the line. The Knicks played a great first half. Then something weird happened. They were up 8 with like 7 minutes left, and they played one of the worst lineups I think I've ever joined in a basketball court. They played Mitch Robinson, Josh Hart, Bridges, Payne, Deuce. Only Bridges can create his own shot there, and barely. And I don't like the Celtics went on a run. They tied it at the half, 59-59. But we were all saying at the half, like, it's fine. Like, this is exactly what we want them. We've been down every time. And then in the third quarter, something just happened. They just went on a crazy run. And we had foul trouble, and Benson fouled out like early in the fourth. And by then, Celtic fans were agreeing to interview with me. They started smack talking. We had the walk of shame. Everyone was like, we left early to avoid traffic. Like everyone was ripping us apart. They were so like they were pretty good fans. Like they were like cocky, but like they were like very nice about it. They were like, ah, like whatever. And then as we're leaving, you just pass Knick fans, and all the Knick fans like laughed. It was so funny. Like you just see like the Knick fans leaving early. Everyone's like giving like condolence hugs, like Knicks and six. Nixon six. Nixon six. But it was really, really incredible. Um, my one takeaway is this is a Luke Cornett game.
Yeah.
He was unreal, unreal. Like I really think he was like their best player. Well, their second best player because their best player. You remember when Michael Jordan, he played against the Celtics in 80, well, you don't remember because you were born, but in 1985 in the playoffs, and Larry Bird said, I think that was God disguised as Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I think last night I saw Michael Jordan disguised as Derek White. That guy did not miss.
He's awesome. Derek White's awesome. Yeah.
Derek White was their best player by far. He had like 29 points at the half, I think, 30 points at the half. I don't even like he was so good. Every time he touched the ball, it went in the hoop. And he's like he stepped up. Um, And there was this video. It's weird that this happened, but Celtics were up like 7 or 8. This is one more thing. And they put this video on the Jumbotron that started with like Bill Russell onto Havlicek, Larry Bird, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Jason Tatum, and like then it's just a montage of them. And then it just said like, "This is our house. We've done this before. Let's get it." And
And
the
you're like, wow.
crowd and the crowd erupted, like erupted. And then they showed this old guy, like who looked like he could have been Bill Simmons' dad, but it was like his age. And he was wearing like a 1959 like championship shirt. Like he's just a regular fan, but he's like been there since
And that was his
like
that's his shirt. You know it's his shirt, you know?
yeah, it's like his shirt from like that. Like he got it from like that game or whatever. And like the place like standing ovation, like and like they never looked back. Like I think I don't like the Knicks got outplayed, but also just looking up, like the banners are intimidating. Like
Yeah.
it is a hard place to play. And I really, it was a once in a lifetime experience for me. I don't regret going, even though they lost. It was great, but mad props to Celtic fan base, Celtic history, Celtic pride. It really is something. It really is cool. It's a fresh logo in the middle there, and n nothing but love for the Celtics. Uh, it was a great game. You guys earned it, and Knicks in 6.
Yeah, I think we all knew that they had this game coming kind of. Like there was no game where the bench was really able to be the stars, quote unquote, of the show. Um and yeah, there's a lot of foul trouble with the Knicks. It wasn't their best game either. This didn't make me worry about this series. I think the Knicks are still obviously winning the series in my eyes. I do think though it makes me nervous for future rounds that I feel like this was able to happen to the Knicks so easily. Like this is not a formidable team.
Yeah,
Like
I
Porzingis
don't
didn't
know.
even play really. Like he was taken out. Luke Cornett had 7 blocks. Like yeah,
That looks good.
yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna do against the Pacers. I don't know. And also, I'll tell you this: if we lose Game 6, we're not winning Game 7. I can
But they
promise you
shouldn't.
that.
But they really shouldn't. Like
We should win Game 6, and I will predict it.
yeah.
But if we lose Game 6, I
It's not
I
looking
don't
good.
think we can win in that building. I don't think we can win in that building. Like let me like it's Game
I
one
think
and
this.
two were flukes.
I
Game
think
one
that
and
this.
two were flukes.
I think that
Game 3 was supposed to happen, and Game 4 was our best game.
I think that this was supposed to be. I think that this actually gives the Knicks enough of a back against the wall type feeling in order to win the next game. Like I think that's what this game was like. Oh, series is done because Tatum's out. I think that they showed that because the bench is able to do this, and Jalen Brown, I keep doing that. Jalen Brown is able to. It's the Celtics, Jalen Green. You know what I'm saying? Like it messes me up. Anyways,
Yeah.
look at green jersey.
I get Mayo Doka confused with Joe
Joe
Mazzulla.
Mazzulla. Yeah, I think also Joe Mazzulla, by the way, he didn't save his job this series, this game, because I don't think that it was like really in jeopardy. But I think that Joe Mazzulla like showed why he is a good coach. I think that he really did that this game. Yeah, and we'll see. We'll see moving forward.
Next, swish. Timberwolves. I watched this game on my drive home from the game. We had it on in the car. Uh, the Timberwolves were gonna win the whole time. They never looked back. They did what I wish the Knicks did, which is just step on the Warriors' throats when their best guys hurt. The Knicks failed to do that. And the Celtics, that being said, the Celtics are a better team than the Warriors, but still. Um, Randall, I think, is the story. I think
Yeah,
he really showed up. Excuse me. I think he really showed up this series. Um, and he took this like the Carl Anthony Towns role of last year, and Edwards like likes that. He
yeah.
likes like let this guy cook. Let my power forward cook. Let him get his 26, 8 and 8. Like let him do what he's got to do. Like and I'm gonna give him all the props. Like when I score 30, like it was all him. Like you guys saw him, he was great. And Edwards likes that. And I think like he really figured something out this series. like the bully ball again, that's going to be much harder against OKC or Denver, especially when like giving the Warriors they were supposed to lose this game in five, like their Curry was hurt. Um, but low key, the Timberwolves have been the most dominant team this playoffs. They won, but like no, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
say that
they
about
won. They won both series,
they won both
most
series
of
in
them deserve.
5 games, and I don't think they were really ever challenged.
Yeah,
You could
I think.
argue as the Pacers. Um, it's either Timberwolves or Pacers.
No, I think the Pacers did. In my eyes, Pacers did just because it looked more like they have more of an identity. It's a honestly an interesting option in my eyes that they kind of they've made Randall the primary option. It's just a bizarre, like he's a better facilitator, but it's just like a bizarre outcome of this whole situation, especially of the trade. Like no one would have seen this for him. But he's playing out of his mind. He's playing awesome. Draymond after the game also said um that he said they have a real chance to win the championship. Anytime your number two can do like anything, I think that Draymond, thinking back about it, this is my hot take for this episode. I think he makes terrible calls. I think Draymond makes absolutely terrible calls about basketball. Um,
So I'll I'll counter now that I'm in this space of making calls about basketball. I think calls about basketball is like batting average. Like if you're batting 300, you're one of the greatest. So like if every 3 out of 10 of my calls are good, like I'm actually amazing at calling things. Now Draymond, I don't know his actual stats, but I think like Perkins is batting like 50 out of 1,000. Like Draymond's probably in that like 300 range. Like he randomly like says things that are smart, like this team is weak. Like this team, like no, like 'cause he knows like has that insider like thing like that. I just think making predictions. Like I actually I think I may have heard Nick Wright say something like this. Like you just gotta put out content. Like you gotta just say something sometimes because that's what people want. Like it's interesting. People when we just say like I don't know, like we'll just recap the games, our numbers aren't as good as when I'll be like Mitchell Robinson is the third best player in the league. Like that's a crazy statement, but like
Right.
that's what gets hit. So like people know they have to like say something. Everyone has to say something. So I think in his defense, I think it's less that he's a bad predictor and more that like the content, like NBA media in general, is forcing people to make predictions they normally would not make. But like you have to think of something is like, yeah, I guess 10% of me thinks this could happen. Like let's say it. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that Draymond is just like using his platform to get off all the takes he believes.
Okay.
Because I feel this way about takes now. Like I find myself just like thinking of takes, even though like I don't have any takes, but like I want to produce content.
Yeah, we
You
need
know what
a
I mean?
podium. Like,
No, I'm saying that it's all about his brand. He's saying the
yeah,
same thing on his podcast 2 hours later.
yeah, probably. Just very, very quickly, I had someone called me out yesterday. A family member, my cousin called me out and he was like, Jokic for MVP, really? I want to clarify that I wasn't saying that I think that Jokic is the MVP. I'm saying I think that he will be chosen to be the MVP. That's my take.
Oh no, Shea's gonna be chosen to be MVP. I think Jokic is the MVP. It's to your
Uh,
cousin.
I think the inverse.
Live
It's
in
fine.
inverse. You mean the opposite?
Yes, but it's fine.
Thank you. No,
Um,
you think Jokic is winning? I think SJ has it in the bag.
I think right before the ballots were turned in, I think that everybody was like, actually, Jokic is having this really good season that no one's talking about. I'm going to be cool and vote Jokic.
Oh, this is a fun bet we're having. I'm like certain SGA. Let's do this a different time though.
Yes,
I'm certain SGA is gonna win. You're certain. I don't know how certain, but you think Jokic is gonna win.
I think so.
Um, but I think Jokic deserves it, and you think SGA deserves it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's like
Let's just
find a different kind to debate that. Let's have a longer conversation
maybe,
about it.
maybe we should
Not
have
for now.
maybe we should have a podcast
Uh,
about it.
yeah, maybe we should talk about it. Maybe let's save it for when the MVP comes out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
All right.
save it for then.
Predictions quickly.
It's just OKC Denver, right?
Yeah.
Denver wins. Or Denver wins. This series is going 7.
I think it's gonna be 6. I think
Yeah, probably better call. I'm jealous though, Alex. I like that. I like that you totally lost the confidence. Like, what? What? I don't know. Maybe it's a bad call. Like, yeah, have confidence in your call. Um, all right, let's see what happens. We'll be on tomorrow. Yeah, but
yes, yes, yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to think. Maybe there's no games. We're starting to get to the time where there's no games. That's coming up as
Right.
people are getting eliminated. Like I think Saturday night there's no games. But Friday night, there's the Thursday night we still have the tonight, so we should be on tomorrow. Okay, that was the basketball daily recap in 15 minutes or less. I want to thank you, Levy, for co-hosting, for producing, and for dealing with all my audio issues at the game last night. And I want to thank you for listening.